Alright, this is Ken Dewey, and this is Mobile Device Security. And I know a lot of you are doing this online, so obviously I'm recording it. Now, first thing to do, I'm going to show you how to get into D2L, where our syllabus is and all that. I know some of you already know how to do this, but is there anybody's first time student? Nobody? Well, just in case, I'm going to show you it, but I'm not going to spend an entire hour on it. If you go to this Rose website, which, by the way, if you did not know this, April 7th, it will be totally redone. So,
again?
Yes, again. That's the date. March 7th, no more changes are allowed to be made on the current site. April 7th, the new one rolls out. And if you scroll to the bottom, you'll see Student Login. Under Student Login, you have Oasis. That's where you do your scheduling. Assuming some of you have used that before. Desire to Learn, which is our classroom, our LMS learning management system. That's where this class is located. Then Student Email. You all have a Google account now. Did you all know that? Okay. You must check it. That's where I send everything. Whenever I send an email to the class, it automatically goes to your Google account. Now, if you email me from a different account, I'll reply to your different account. But if I mail something to the class, it always goes to your Google account. Now, you can very easily log into that and forward it. Forward it anywhere you want. I do ask, when you set up your account, you have an option for the display name. Put something that's close to your name, because I think Bryce Gandy is a prime example of his name is Email. It's like, okay, Email. Who is Email? And I teach at another school as well, Park University out of Missouri, and their student IDs are all numeric. But there's an alias to their name. So I answered a guy this morning that had his numeric, but his alias was Park Email. I'm like, oh. And he's asking me questions. Why did you grade me that way? Dude, I didn't know who you are. I mean, but if you do that, put your name in there somewhere so I know. And another thing that's important when you email me, tell me which class this is. I currently have 183 students. And so many times people say, like, this is not lying. I get a question like, hey, I have a question on question 5. Which class? What's your name? What assignment? I mean, now if you email me from D2L, it automatically puts the number in there, which is a benefit. But I'm telling you, a lot of time. What was the one I emailed the guy yesterday?
I don't know who you are.
Yeah, that was one. But no, someone asked me a stupid question. It was, I need help with my syllabus. And I'm like, okay. You didn't tell me who you were, what class you were in. It was nothing. It's like, so. But this is how there's your student email. Make sure you check it. Here is D2L. Now you can go straight to d2l.rose.edu as well. Okay. Well, I'm going to log in here. Now your Oasis password and the D2L password are not linked. Actually, I'm going to log off for a second. This happens every semester. People contact me, oh, I couldn't do the homework because I don't know what my password is. See that little forgot your password link? Guess what that does? This is actually recording the whole screen, isn't it? Let's make sure. What are we recording? Hold on. Hold on, I want to make sure we're recording the whole screen. How can I tell? Darn it, I didn't check that before I started. He paused. We're hoping we're recording the entire screen. Okay, but if you can't get into D2L, just click Forgot Your Password. You'll put it in your email, and it'll send you a link to your student email where you reset your password. It's not a big deal. Are we okay with that? Okay. But it's not linked to Oasis. See how Oasis defaults to your birthday? This is not the same thing. If you change it here, it does not change in the other place. Our student systems, they're not linked together. Okay. Anybody confused yet? No, not yet. Okay. Stop asking me. Okay. Mine looks different than yours. Actually, it should look very different than yours. No one looks like this, do they? Oh, and it's got the whole crap. Hold on. Does it kind of like that, maybe yours?
Somewhere.
Okay. you'll see a bunch of classes in here. This is 2093, which supposedly Professor Stokey did the paperwork to change the number, which no one can seem to find. So that didn't get done either. But 2093 is a generic number. It can be used for any class. The second time the class is taught, it's supposed to have a real number. We're on like fourth time it's taught. So, and I checked, and we can't seem to find any paperwork that was done to change the number. So, I don't know if anyone saw all the content that was here before. What he did is he just copied all his stuff in, and I finally got around and deleted it all. Okay, I'm not doing that stuff. Okay, but this is mobile device security. It should look something like this. Okay, now under course tools, you'll see a content link. Okay, this is where I'm going to put everything. Okay. Now inside there you see a syllabus. Now this syllabus is very, very generic. I'm actually going to download the syllabus. Hold on a second. So I can zoom in. And for everything on here, you can always click download. And then open it up with Adobe. That way you can zoom in if you'd like to. Okay. Again, this is a generic class number. So that's really a generic description. It really doesn't tell you anything. Okay. So don't worry about that. I was trying to get that updated, but I can't seem to find the paperwork. And as faculty here, certain faculty were assigned to be in charge of certain classes. This was not my class. So that's why I don't have the paperwork. And it's like, crap, I couldn't even find it. So that's not correct, the description. But that will be updated this semester. But I'm Ken Dewey. I'm the Director of Cybersecurity here at Rose State. I've been here as an adjunct since 1996, as full-time since 2000. So I've been here a while.
Since before his hair was gray.
Yes. And I participated in No Shave November, and I'm winning. Yeah, I just beat everybody. See, you cheated. You already had hair in November. See. All right. My office hours are on my door. For the most part, I'm here from 7 to 4. On today, Wednesday. On Tuesdays, I'm here till 7 because I have a class. I try to take Fridays off, yet I end up usually being here anyway. And I'm usually here on weekends. I'm usually here on holidays. I was actually here over the entire Christmas break except for 2 days. So if you need something, I'm usually around. Okay? Yeah, see, there's really, we're going to be learning some stuff, okay? The description's not correct because I said I can't find it. And since Professor Stokey was let go, it's like pulling teeth to try to get any information from his stuff. We're not allowed to touch his machine. We're not allowed to touch his office. We're not allowed to touch anything. It's like an act of Congress to do anything.
Hacking?
What? Huh?
Hacking?
Oh, you like that? Yeah. So, but the book he had selected was Hacking Exposed Mobile, which sucked. Sorry to tell you, the book doesn't have a lot of content. I do not recommend buying this book. But whatever I end up using, I will provide you for free.
Sweet.
Either electronic or something. So I found a much better book from Wiley that was actually published this year. That's what chapter 1's already up there, if some of you looked at that. I just can't get the rest of it yet. The publisher, even this morning, said he sent me 4 separate emails with the electronic book in it. I haven't got a single one yet, so I don't know where they're sending them.
Check your spam.
I did, and I even had him send them to my Gmail account, and that's not going through. So I think it's on his end, it's not sending them. I don't know. But I'm working on getting that. But, the Hacking Exposed series is decent, but it's not really made for an educational environment. So, this is the dean. Hold on a second. Yes? All right. Sorry about that. I don't like answering phone calls during class, but that was the dean. He's like, oh, crap, I didn't know you had class. Well, my schedule's on my door. Okay, let's continue. All right. I didn't like the book choice, so we're most likely going to go with the other book. It's too new. I can't even get any of the resources for it. But we're gonna make that work one way or the other. The objectives, this is what Scott had used. They suck. There's really nothing here. But I will tell you, we will be doing a bunch of stuff with mobile devices. His class last semester, he really didn't do anything, and the reasoning for that was he didn't have the phones. Well, actually, he did. They were all in the safe, and we actually got them out today. And if you look under the assignment 0, they're all listed on there. He just kind of kept a couple of them. Yes.
So will we be utilizing any like SIM card readers?
I have to see. We haven't figured out exactly everything we're going to use, but actually, I do have some SIM card readers. So yes, that would probably be a good thing to work with. Good idea. Okay. All right. The way I'm planning on doing stuff is some assignments in this class and some exams. That's how I pretty much do it in all my classes. The exams are normally based on the assignments, so as long as you did the assignments, you should not have an issue. Okay. Last day of withdrawal is April 20th. The final needs to be completed by the 13th of May. Again, all this will be up on the D2L. You'll be able to see it. The schedule is not on there yet because I don't know exactly how I want to do the assignments yet, but that will be coming. But I was actually told by the people in charge of D2L they wish I would not give you guys a schedule because when I put it in D2L, I put dates on it there, and then sometimes the scheduled dates don't match, and so. But either way, you'll know when stuff's due. Late work. Let's look at this statement here. Late work is not accepted for any reason whatsoever. This pertains to all students on all assignments. All due dates are fine with no exception. If you can't abide by it, drop the class. They don't need that. Okay. All right. The whole reason for this is last semester I actually had a couple students with issues. And I don't know, anyone remember my late policy before? It basically said if you had a doctor's note or a legitimate reason, I would give you a reasoning. Well, I had a student who did have a doctor's note. It was for a 3-day time period. So 4 weeks later, it still hadn't turned in any work yet. He's like, but I got a doctor's note. I says, yeah, but the doctor's note for these 3 days. He goes, well, I really have a doctor's note. I'm like, he didn't quite understand the whole part that the doctor said you couldn't do work for 3 days, yet you've gone 4 weeks. And then student services, the guy in charge over there, basically said, hey, if you give an exception for one, you got to give an exception for everybody. So if you have no exceptions, it solves the problem. So hence the no exceptions. Okay. Now, that being said, if I know ahead of time, I can make exceptions for it. So say Ben Shell's going to be out of town for something. That's a different story. I can add it very easily, but not after the fact. Everybody understand how that works? Okay. Just do the work. It's not that big a deal. All right. Withdrawals. If you withdraw you have to do the withdrawal. I'm not going to withdraw you. Okay? With one exception, that's an academic withdrawal. Academic withdrawal, if you do nothing by the end of next week, I will withdraw you from the class, but you still owe the money, or however that works. That's not my area. But at the end of week 2, we have to submit academic withdrawals. That's for students who haven't participated in any way. So hopefully that's none of you. All right. But if you need to drop a class, drop it. And there's a drop date, which is April 20th. Right here, do it by April 20th. Okay. I stands for incomplete. I really, really, really hate giving incompletes. Because to get an incomplete, you have to have completed a substantial portion of the coursework. Okay? And you have to be passing. So don't expect to come to me on week 14 and say, I've done no work so far, I'm failing, I want an incomplete. No, that's not how it works. And most people, when I do give I's, they never complete the work anyway, and then it converts to an F. So just do the work. Auditing is not allowed. The reason for that, it happened last semester. 2 people just begged, and I gave them an audit. They never came back to class. Yet I still have to keep up with them because they're still in D2L, and I can't really remove them. And just either be enrolled or don't be enrolled. Now, if you want to drop the class and still sit in, I don't care. Okay. All right. So everybody okay on that? Disabilities. If you have a disability, go to the LRC, talk to Jenny Griffith. I have disabilities every single semester, not a problem. They'll give me a form. It'll say extra time on a test. I've had everything from special monitors, where we had one student who needed a larger monitor with inverse colors. In other words, a black background in white font. Okay, we got it for him. Whatever it says, we will do. I've had a student who needed someone to take tests for them, or not take tests, notes for them. So we're here to help you, but it's not retroactive. Don't wait till you're failing on week 14. say, oh, I needed more time. It's too late at that point. So go see Janet. She gives me the form, and we're done with it. So it's pretty simple. Don't cheat. Do your own work. It's not that big a deal. I graded some Java programs Monday. In this one class, just over 60% of the students cheated. 60. I was like, seriously? It's like, wow. 60% turned in the same program off the same website. That didn't work. It's like, oh, well, I couldn't believe it. 60. That's like a record. All right. Wasn't from this school, by the way. I teach from multiple schools. But still, that's just crazy. Don't caught cheating. Don't get caught. Or just don't cheat. It's easier that way. All right. Everybody okay with the syllabus? Everybody know what we're going to be doing in this class? Again, the description's very vague. Suppose if that was all updated, I'll be darned if I can find where it was done. So, if anyone knows where he has it, let me know. All right. So I'm going to stop this recording. Then we're going to talk about the next part. Okay.